Hello everyone, it's me, Mrs. Gronert, and today we are going to be making our very own labeled pictures of the rock cycle. Let's take a look at what you need to complete this activity. The first thing you're going to need is a sheet of plain paper. You'll need colors. I'm going to be using crayons and markers today for my picture. You also need scissors, glue, and liquid glue or glue sticks will work just fine for the activity, and the labels. If you don't have all of those supplies ready, you can go get them now before you get started. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to do on my paper is draw my igneous rock mountains. So I want to draw them in almost the center of my page and in the upper corner. So watch how I do that. And you can do that with me. And at any time, if you need to stop to pause this video, please do so if I go too fast. Okay, here's my mountains. There we go. These are my igneous rock mountains. Okay, that's the first thing I want to draw in my rock cycle picture. Now I want to start to add some layers. So the first thing that's underneath the igneous rock is really another layer of rock, and I'm going to make that layer the color brown. Now notice how on this first one I'm not coloring right in the center, and I'll show you why next. We'll add what goes there next. So this is going to be my brown rock layer right here. Perfect, just like that. We want to color that in so it looks really nice. Okay, next in my picture, I want to create my magma. Do you remember? Magma is melted rock that we find inside the earth. And I'm going to color my magma with the color orange. So the first thing I want to do is show the magma coming up and out of the mountain here. See that? It's going to be magma coming out of the mountain. So cool. And down. And down, there's the magma, and I want to color that in. Now, when there's magma like that coming out of a mountain, there's usually a nice bit of magma underneath it. And I'm going to color in this whole section down here orange for the melted rock inside the earth, or the magma. I'll do that in a few moments. Let's go ahead and continue with the picture. The next thing that I want to do is color a layer of rock underneath my brown layer. That one, I'm going to choose the color yellow. Now, it really doesn't make a difference what color you choose for these layers, as long as you create layers. Okay, I also want to add some ocean water on this side of my picture. So I'm going to turn this into ocean water here. Excellent. And I need to make one more layer of rock. I think I'll just color it with a brown. So this layer here, I'll color in brown. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and color in all of those different layers on my picture. I want you to do the same thing, and I'll show you when I finish. Okay, there we go. All of my rock layers are colored. Now I need to add two more important details to my picture. I'll show you those right now. The first detail I want to add is some smoke coming off of the mountain here. There we go. And then the next detail that's super important for me to add is a few clouds in the sky. over here by my mountain. These are very important because we're going to use these clouds to show weathering. So now I'm going to draw the rain coming down onto the mountain. Look at that. That rain just falls down the mountain and weathers the rock on the mountain. There we go. Super. Now we're ready to start cutting out the labels. So grab your labels and I want you to take your time to cut them all out. You can just cut around the boxes to make it really easy to cut. I'll show you when I finish doing mine. Okay, so now I have all of my labels cut out and ready to glue on. Let's take a look at what they say and think about our picture to figure out where exactly those labels go. So here's my first one. It is magma. That's right. Magma is melted rock inside the earth. So I'm going to go ahead and put my magma label right there at the very bottom. Now when I'm using liquid glue, I only need to use just a little bit to glue things on. I don't need a lot, so if you notice I just put 3 little dots and then I'm gluing the magma word right there to my picture. Look at that, it's all ready to go. Okay, the next word I have is weathering. Yeah, the weathering is up here where the rain is pouring down on the mountain and that weathers the rocks and breaks them down into smaller pieces. So I'm going to glue my weathering sticker right there. Pretty cool. Make sure you're following along and gluing your stickers when I glue them, your labels. If for some reason you need to pause the video, if I'm going too fast, you can go ahead and do that. Okay? Here's another label. This one says lava. That's right. Lava is when magma comes outside of a mountain. So I'm going to put my lava label right there. Awesome. These pictures are going to be so cool. Okay, now I have the words Igneous Rock. Yeah, that's right. We made our mountains out of igneous rock. So I'm going to put my igneous rock label right there, kind of over the top of both of my mountains. That will help me remember that my mountains are igneous rock. And do you remember that igneous rocks are made from heat? That's right. They're made from heat. There we go. Now I have sedimentary rock. Now, the sedimentary rock layer on our picture is this brown layer right there. It's the brown layer. So I'm going to put my sedimentary rock label right there. That's where it's going to go. Sedimentary rock. Because remember, weathering causes the rock to break into little tiny pieces. Then it gets cemented together, right? Yeah, sedimentary rock. And I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the words compaction and cementation and put them right there, kind of close to the sedimentary rock label. That way I remember that the way the sedimentary rock is made is by compacting and cementing all of those pieces of rock together. Yeah, let's do that. Compaction and cementation right there. Pretty cool. Okay, now my next label is Metamorphic Rock. Ah, that's right. The metamorphic rock is the rock that's closest to the heat of the magma because under years and years of heat and pressure, the different rocks like igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks change and become metamorphic rocks. So I'm going to put that label right there on the brown section of my picture. There we go. And if you wanted to make more layers in your picture, you could. That would be okay. So there's the metamorphic rock. And then I have one more label here, and it is heat and pressure. Those metamorphic rocks are formed by heat and pressure. So I want to make sure I put those words next to where I have the label that says Metamorphic Rock. Okay, now we're not quite done. We've got one more thing to do with these pictures. Now, I'm going to choose a color of marker that I have not used before. And I am going to make some arrows showing where the rocks go and how they change. I'll do that, and then I'll show you when I'm all done. Okay, there's my picture now, all finished up with the arrows to show what happens to those rocks when they're weathering, when they go back down into the earth, and then get pushed back up into the igneous rock or come out as magma. You can see the rock cycle at work right here. Now that you've finished your picture, I want you to do something really special. I want you to take this beautiful picture and talk to a friend or someone in your family and tell them all about the rock cycle. They'll be really impressed with everything you know. I hope you have fun making this artwork today, and I hope to see you again very soon.